haven't held one of these for 50 years, and this is what started it all. This was my very first job at the Rebajes shop on the first day on the job. In the Rebajes workshop. On my first day, I produced 100 of these pieces, which amazed Frank and led to really the mass production of jewelry.
When Otto R. Beatty answered that ad and entered the workshop of Francisco Rebajes, something magical took place. Francisco Rebajes wanted to know if this guy could duplicate his copper art piece. "Let's see what you can do," he said, and left Otto alone. When he returned, he was absolutely amazed. Otto, in just one day, had created a manufacturing process, and with that process, produced 100 perfect ubangi face pieces of art. Frank Rebajes then knew that his dream to provide wearable art to the masses would now be realized. Francisco Rebajes was the early pioneer of the wearable art movement in Manhattan. During the Great Depression, he used tin cans and a pair of snips to sculpt whimsical animals. These were noticed by Juliana Force, the director of the Whitney Museum. She purchased the entire collection for $30, a lot of money at that time, and Rebajes was on his way. Artists like Sam Kramer, Art Smith, and Paulo Bell followed with studios of their own, creating some of the most beautiful abstract designs the world has ever seen. But Frank was a visionary, and his vision was that his wearable art would be available to everyone, not just the well-to-do. With Otto R. Beatty at the helm of a manufacturing process that could produce his designs in mass, his designs would now be available to the masses at prices all could afford. Abstract art and good design for all to wear, for all to enjoy, to feel good with. That was Francisco Rebajes' vision. In no time flat, 40 employees under the watchful eye of Otto R. Beatty were producing Rebajes art pieces that were being sold at thousands of venues across the nation, including Frank's own Fifth Avenue store, a showplace of modern architecture and minimalist design with lots of glass. And at the centerpiece, a revolutionary, flowing, curving, floating counter that proudly displayed Rebajes art. While Frank designed the art, Otto made sure that his visions were artfully produced. A friendship was forged with Frank and Otto that would last a lifetime. For the next 17 years, Otto literally made Francisco Rebajes and his designs the huge success that they ultimately had become. Though Frank designed pieces for Otto to produce, he also worked at his bench, creating with his own hand original hand-wrought art pieces that included jewelry, sculpture, and table items. In 1960, Frank sold the Rebajes name and the business to his good friend Otto and moved with his wife to Spain. There he continued to produce hand-wrought pieces of his own. In the decades that followed, Frank and Otto remained friends, as Otto created his own line of jewelry called Orb with much success. As for Rebajes' designs and tools, well, for the most part, they were put away and locked up deep in the vault of Otto R. Beatty, including that one piece that started it all on that fateful day in 1941.
It's a great piece and brings great memories back.